The days of summer are already starting to get a bit shorter, but at least we're making progress on this treehouse. In this episode, we get some solid progress done on the walls and the roof. So, today is a particularly windy day. Not so stormy, but windy enough. When I lean the slide up against a tree, I start to see how much movement there really is at some points. I decided to throw this log underneath the slide just so it had a sort of rolling effect on the movement of the treehouse, and so it wasn't rubbing against the floor all the time. You can see here how much movement there was constantly with the wind. Once I had the slide in place, I thought it was probably quite wise to put some framework around it so the kids couldn't just fall straight off the side. Decided to use some natural logs to do it with, again to keep the theme of using as much material from around the forest as I could and not having all store-bought planks everywhere. I've seen these attachments for the angle grinders for shaving wood, so I thought I'd give it a go on this one. After a little bit of a play with it, I think I got the hang of it. I've read and heard many places that these things are super dangerous, so I was trying to go as carefully as I could. The idea behind this was just to smooth out the edges so I didn't have clean cuts, corners. So I've got hold of some of these roof stick-on shingles, which I'm going to give a go, see how they work. Never used them before, so it'll be interesting. But in short, they just overlap each other like so, stacking up, and should give a nice waterproof seal to the roof that way. And this is how I stopped myself falling off the roof. I used a simple strap wrapped around the tree that I hooked over my shoulders or around my waist, and then if I did slip I wouldn't fall to my death. I was listening to this woodpecker for a while, so I decided to try and find him. Eventually I found him. It's really difficult to see in the trees, but here he is, seeding the tree or doing what woodpeckers do. After a lot of work I eventually got the roof finished. It was a bit difficult where the roof met the tree, so I just ended up overlapping them multiple times, but otherwise I was quite happy with how it looked. I recently picked up a new saw blade for the mill, so I'm going to go at swapping this thing over. I'm not sure if the fittings are completely right, so I've got some spacers. Let's see what works. It's important to remember that when you're unscrewing these bolts that the threads are the opposite to normal. So on this one I'll have to screw it clockwise to loosen it. Just because of the way the saw blade spins, it doesn't want to loosen the nut while it's spinning. The new saw blade I used was 40 centimeters across. I think very slightly larger than the previous one, but still fits quite nicely. I needed to use the adapters like I thought. The hole in the middle was a little bit of a different size to the original saw blade. Yeah, I felt like there was a little bit of a wobble going on with the blade when I tried it there, so I thought I'd readjust the adapters on the inside to make sure they were all in the right place and that the blade was screwed in correctly. And this one definitely felt a little bit better. Removing the branches sticking out from the side was one of the more labour intensive things I had to do with these logs, but had to be done, otherwise it'd catch on the edges and the log wouldn't go straight. It felt good finally getting the last couple of panels on the top of the treehouse. Between chopping down the trees and slicing them up and measuring them and screwing them onto the frame, it took a long time and a lot of work, so it felt good to get to this stage. If anyone remembers the red clips in the garden from a couple of videos back, we decided to turn them into jam. Making jam's really easy.
just put 50-50 berries and sugar, mix them together and throw in a little bit of lemon juice. This adds the pectin, which helps to solidify the jam as it cooks. Then it's just a case of sieving out some of the seeds. It depends how you like it, but we prefer it with less seeds, and then warming it until it sets. This batch turned out just right, I think.